So I have stitched everything together and I have the interfacing on both sides, and I thought I should probably tell you guys what this interfacing is, but I can't. I've had it for so long I don't know. I'm sure I got it at Joann Fabrics, but it is an iron-on. I wanted to show you this is a piece that I cut off, and it's just a really nice cotton weight. So if I figure out what I used, I'll let you know, but I just used the iron-on interfacing. I stitched all the way around, and the end that we're going to do, I did go in on the corners and reinforce that. We left just that, kind of like we did with the doorstop, just left a little teeny, I forgot my little tool here to turn it inside out. But we're going to snip off the edges. Not the edges, the little corners, making sure not to cut off your little stitched ends there. And I'm going to finger press, or maybe I should just go press this down. I did such a tiny seam that I think I'm just going to finger press this open. What I decided after I was looking at my tray is that it's so pretty, and I love how it's, you know, looks old and worn, is that I did cut this a little bit smaller because I wanted to see a little bit of the bottom of the tray. So I'm hoping that it looks cute sitting in there. So I'm just kind of finger pressing all these edges open a little bit so that it's actually going pretty good. With that interfacing on there, it really makes it a little bit easier to handle. It makes the edges of the linen, keeps that from fraying. I forgot to do kind of a little stay stitching along the edge that I like to do, so when I turn this inside out, it doesn't fray a lot, and it will be easier to hand stitch that. It is starting to fray a little bit, but I'm hoping it will be okay because that iron-on interfacing will support that and keep it stable. So this is always my the part I struggle with because my hands are so big, is getting this started. So it's not going too bad though. We will be doing this, giving this a nice little press once I get this turned inside out. And you don't want to press right on your cross stitching. I will probably just press it from the back and see how the front looks. I did do a nice press from the back of it when I did the iron-on interfacing. I pressed the back, and I'm almost there. I'm almost there. I was thinking about stitching the yo-yo on after I got it put together, but I decided to go ahead and get it on there. I was just stuck on the yo-yo a little bit, but it wasn't bad. And you know, I don't mind ironing the yo-yo. If you have issues with that, then, you know, just iron that from the back too. But I did give that a good press. And the other thing that I want to make sure, I think we've talked about it before, is I stitched my initials and the year on the back. And whatever you guys make, I don't care what it is, make sure you're signing it and dating it using your initials or something. There's where I put my KLT 2021. And I almost have this done. And then we can turn the edges down here. I'm going to finger press. Just going to press that around. I think that's going to be cute. I got my button and my yo-yo on the back. I didn't even worry about centering it because I didn't care. You guys know that. That sounds so terrible to have that as your motto. What? I don't care. You know, I really do care. I just think it's takes the pressure off of you to have to do it perfectly and not be happy with it and feel like you can't finish it or enjoy it if it's not perfect, because that's not the case at all. So I do have my little corners poked out. I'm going to just fold this down, fold that in, line that up, kind of finger press it there and there. I have my iron on, I might just go press it real quick so that it doesn't turn out on itself. I'm gonna press it real quick from the back. So you guys talk amongst yourselves, and I will be right back. All I'm doing is giving this a nice press from the back. I am pressing on my yo-yo, which doesn't matter to me. Okay, so I was going to tell you guys earlier, I found this rickrack. I'm a little concerned about where that little frayed part is going to fall in this mix, but I think I have enough to go around. This was in all my collection in the basement. I don't think you can really tell that it's a different color. Not really. Here, I'll show you on this. That bottom piece was the original piece, and it didn't look, I wanted it a little bit more muddy looking, dirty. So I dipped it in coffee this morning. It might have darkened it up a little bit. Probably not the best thing to show you on, but I wanted it to be a little bit darker. So here's my idea, is that we're going to put this around the edge with some beading after we get it filled. So let's go ahead and fill it. I have my trusty funnel here. And I wanted a really good scoop to use. So guess what I'm using? Your mug. I'm using whoever will be the winner of this mug. What did I say? Either the first year or the first 1,000. I don't know, but it's going to be used. I won't drink coffee out of it, but I'm going to use it. And then you'll get it used. So I'm going to stick my funnel down in there. I hope I don't get this everywhere. And we will scoop. You know I'm going to make a mess. You know I am. Because I'm trying to do this so you guys can see it too. That was 1 cup in there. There's still a lot in the paper here, so let me see. It's getting filled. I'm gonna hold it over the bag. Let's see how full that did actually get. Okay, that's pretty full, but I'm gonna play with it a little bit to make sure that gets all the way down there. Let's just poke it down into the corners. I feel like I'm baking, like I'm mashing up something for baking. I just love the way that feels. Okay, so we have a little bit more we can put in there. In case you missed it, I'm not going out to the cold garage to get my funnel. So I made one out of paper. Let's see how much, you know, I want to leave a little bit of room. That might be just about perfect to stitch closed. I'm really trying to feel to see what I think. I might just do a tad, just a little bit more. Not much at all. So see you guys, if that coffee mug is too small for you to drink coffee out of, okay, I got too much. Got too much in my funnel. If that coffee mug is too small for you to drink coffee out of, you can always use it to scoop up your walnut shells. Okay, so got a little bit too much in there. Still a little bit. Oh, I think that's going to be perfect. Okay, let me get that out of the way. If you're wondering, there are walnut shells on my mat here. Okay, let's see if I have a needle and thread ready. I'll bring you down here a little bit. I'm going to use your mug again to support this. Hold that up. Oh, you know what? I might do that while I'm stitching it closed. Oh, guys, look what we just came up with. Okay. So I'll do my knot the way my gram did. Grab it, wrap it around a couple times. I'm going to pull that down, pinch it, pull it all the way down. I don't know if that's going to be a big enough knot for this, but actually I don't think it is. I think I have to wrap it around. And I'm using that little between needle again that I talked about last week. Was it last week? I think I went around 7 times there just because I want to make sure that's going to hold. There, that's a nice knot. Oh look, I'm going to use my new pin cushion for that, even though I said I didn't need a pin cushion. Okay, sewing right-handed, I'm going to go from right to left. I'm going to tuck this in the seam and come up, hiding that knot right in there. And then this is where we're going to pinch it and do that little bite stitch. Let me get it going and then I'll show you. Even though we've done this before. Let's see, guys. You know what I found? It's that the little arm, the coil arm on this new little tripod stand I have isn't that flexible, so it doesn't bend down as far as I want. Okay, I'll try to do this from here. I'm going to go in, I'm going to bite that back and come back up and bite that front, kind of right on the fold, and just do little teeny bites so that it catches it really nice, and it should be invisible. Just keep it right on that fold. Don't come out the front or the back side, you know, where you're going to see your stitching here. Just do little teeny bites. I didn't realize I was using this little between needle to stitch this, but that's okay. I guess I had this one threaded to do the beads with you. Oh, I know what I was going to tell you guys. I got it up on my iPad. Oh shoot, I didn't grab it. Okay, I've been having trouble with my hands. I don't know if I told you guys that, like this finger, it almost has like a trigger knuckle here. I don't know if it's probably arthritis, I'm sure. But there's a girl that I follow on Instagram. Her name is Heidi Parks. P-A-R-K-E-S, Heidi Parks. And she is kind of a more contemporary stitcher. She does a lot. She's from the Milwaukee area. And she started this new, she still is under Heidi Parks on Instagram, but now she also has, I think it's called Hand Yoga Club. And she went and studied hand yoga, and she's doing some things on Instagram, exercises that you can do for your hands to stretch. And actually that feels good right now. You know, just the importance as stitchers of keeping our hands in shape and flexible. And if you find her on Instagram, it's really quite interesting. Okay, so I went all the way across. I'm tying a knot off on itself. This needle is so small to reach down, but I'm gonna tuck it. I'm gonna tuck it into that seam and kind of bring it down and out, just anywhere that I can reach right now, just to leave a little tail. Oh, I'm so excited about this. Can you hear? I love that. I love it. Okay, what I might do is I need to, before I stitch the rickrack on and do some beading, I need to clean up some of these walnut shells. So let me do that, and we're going to come back and do the rickrack and the beading.